Well, hey, first time I've got to be actually on camera here. Dave, DC, and this is a treat for me as a Raven fan growing up to get to sit here and talk with former Ed Block Courage Award recipient with the Ravens, Dennis Pitta, and former Raven tight end Todd Heap over there. Guys, thank you for joining us. You guys are here. We were just talking about the cleats, so I want to get right to this.
For sure.
I coach high school football. DC works with a lot of high school athletes. These are some really cool cleats, so let's dive right into them right out of the gate. Tell us about these cleats.
Yeah, so Todd and I are working with this company called Cadix Cleats, and they've really innovated the cleat bottom. And if you have worn cleats over the last couple decades, like Todd and I have, cleats haven't changed much. I mean, there's been no innovation in this space at all, and so it's really a cool product, and this technology, this is called Smart Stud technology, and it's really innovative. And so basically what it does is these individual studs can flex, they can rotate, they spin, and you still want traction out of a cleat, but you also want that cleat to be able to release out of the ground. And so it can release at a better rate than any cleat that's out there right now. And when that cleat is able to release from the ground, it can prevent a lot of non-contact injuries with ACLs, high ankle sprains, all that kind of stuff, things that we see on a daily basis in the NFL and in youth sports and all kinds of stuff. And so it's really cool technology. Todd and I got involved about 6 or 8 months ago with the company. Joe Flacco's been wearing these cleats all year long for the Colts, and we have about 20 NFL guys that have been wearing them. And the feedback's been tremendous. They're comfortable. They obviously add a layer of protection to a game that's inherently dangerous. And so, we're trying to make the game a little bit safer from the ground up, and this company has certainly been able to do that.
Statistically, have you been able to kind of quantify how many lower leg injuries you've been able to prevent with this new technology?
I mean, that's always difficult to quantify, right? But in all the extensive research and testing and everything that's been done, you can mitigate around 20% of some of those lower extremity injuries, high ankle sprains, ACL injuries, all that kind of stuff. And so just with kind of that research that's done and everything that's kind of gone into this technology, not only can you provide an extra layer of safety, but a greater peace of mind for the player to know that my cleat's not going to get stuck in the ground and cause issues that otherwise could be prevented.
Not only that, but you look at the wear and tear, the pounding that your knees and ankles take on a daily basis when you're in practice. I mean, that's going to have a little bit of effect on that as well, where you come out of practice saying, man, my knees and ankles don't feel the same as they did before.
So you can see better performance over the season because you're not feeling
less
those aches and pains.
Less wear and tear. You're walking off. You're a little more. That takes that stress off of your knees and ankles. You're ready to go back at it the next day.
Yeah, and to that point, when you stick your foot in the ground, you change direction. If I'm a receiver, I'm running routes. I mean, the amount of routes you run over and over and over again. When the energy can dissipate, even just a small amount from the cleat and not from your joints, that makes a big difference in the wear and tear aspect of things. And so that's kind of what this technology is designed to do. It's really cool. We've had a bunch of NFL guys who have reached out to us and want to wear the cleats, and we're going through that whole process of working with the NFL and different outlets to try to make these as available as possible to a lot of those guys.
So I want to talk a little bit about you guys for a minute. Dennis, I want
to
start with you because you are an actual Ed Block Courage Award recipient. What did it mean to you to be a recipient in 2014? Does that sound? I believe
your guess is probably as good as mine, to be honest. It means a lot, and it's an award that is truly an honor to receive. It's voted on by your team, by your teammates, and it's also a really special award in Baltimore because obviously that's where Ed Block is located and where he's from and all that kind of stuff. And so to win that award in Baltimore, to be able to do the ceremony and everything right there in downtown Baltimore is really special. And I was fortunate enough to have received that and been able to go into the ceremony and do all that kind of stuff. And it's something I look back on. I got the trophy up on my mantle and something I get to look at a lot and realize how special that was.
Now, being a product of the AFC North, me and Wally usually bang on who had the biggest rivalry. Was it Baltimore and Cincinnati, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, or Cincinnati and Baltimore? What's you guys' take on that AFC North rivalry, and who did you guys have the most hate for?
we didn't like any of them, to tell you the truth.
Equal hate?
I mean, there was equal hate between Cincy, the Browns, but I'd say the rivalry is the Steelers.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know, and it's mostly just because of the competitive nature of that game. I mean, we didn't just play the Steelers twice a year. It was often we played them 3 times a year, and it was in the playoffs. So we were playing for something that last game, and it just meant more. You knew when you played the Steelers the type of game it was going to be. You knew how you were going to feel on Monday and on Tuesday and on Wednesday the following days. It was that type of a physical game, and so mentally you were preparing for that, and it took it to the next level every time we played them.
Well, I remember playing against you when I was in Cincinnati, so it's always fun to talk to guys after the game that you actually traded a little paint with, and it's a little bit of that blood and mud that we go through. What are you guys doing right now with your bodies health-wise to kind of maintain longevity and to keep yourself being the best versions of yourself?
We have kids. No, I've got 6 kids, and 4 boys, 2 girls. But I've been doing a lot of coaching over the years. Like my 13-year-old son, I've got a 5-year-old son. My older boys that are twins, they just kind of went on to college, so I'm kind of out of that range now. But I spend a lot of my days working out with my sons. I mean, I'm in the gym with my 13-year-old, just starting to get him into training and getting after his football and basketball training. So that's how I stay in shape. That's my, you know, and I'm going to be doing it for a long time. I've got a 5-year-old, so it's going to be going until I'm a grandpa.
Yeah, and I'm a lot younger than Todd. Todd's a lot older than me, so my kids are a lot younger. We're not quite in that phase yet, but I have 4 kids of my own, and they do keep you young. I'll tell you that. They wear you out for sure. But one thing I've really learned since kind of my playing days is just the importance of eating healthy and all that kind of stuff, and putting good things in your body. And I've really grown in kind of my knowledge of that, and it certainly helped me post-career to kind of be in shape and do all that, and something I've definitely put some emphasis on.
All right, Dennis, Todd, we really appreciate the time, but we have to let you go. So
All good, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.